Hello, 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 Kingdom people. I am your spiritual transformational life coach, Latricia Booker, here with Kingdom Business, where we are empowered, where we heal, we get delivered, and we get free. We know who we are. We elevate our minds and our spirits and re-raise and expand our consciousness to ultimately walk in our true divine purpose and power. And that is the truth of who God has created us to be. Kingdom people. We are history makers. We are world changers. We are dream successors. We are wealth generators. We are manifestors. And we are curse breakers. That's right, Kingdom people. We are. Yeah. So, Kingdom people, I had to take the time out to say thank you. Thank you, Kingdom people, for viewing my videos. Thank you for all the likes, the subscribes, for the shares, for all the financial contributions to my channel, and to all the seeds that you sow into me and my ministry. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for booking chat sessions and life coaching sessions and everything that you do. Thank you for all those who requested a free copy of the ebook as well, and those who have ordered a copy of my book, The Girl in the Mirror by Sheila Brooks. Sheila Brooks is my pen name. Thank you. Thank you for all the love, Kingdom people. Thank you. It is a pleasure to be here and to serve you. Thank you, Kingdom people. I really do appreciate you all. Okay, Kingdom people? And so, Kingdom people, you already know what I'm here to do. And if you don't know, now you know. I am here to drop this beat, this word, this message. Yeah, a little something different for my Kingdom people. Kingdom people, I'm here to talk to you today about God is saying don't sweat the small stuff. He is taking you higher. I'm going to say that again. Don't sweat the small stuff, Kingdom people. God is taking you higher. Now, this whole message stemmed from a couple of different things. I'll share one in particular. So there's a situation where a place where I do business with. And there were some situations that came up, a couple of different things that were said, and later when I had a chance to reflect on something that was presented to me, I realized that what was being presented was incorrect. And so my initial thing was to go and clarify what needed to be corrected. And then actually that happened in two different separate, the same place, two different situations. One was something wasn't clear. Another one where I made something clear about what I was able to do, and something was asked of me outside of what I said I was able to do. And so it was a thing of I was okay with doing that, but to let this person know that moving forward, I said this is not something I'm willing to do. But what happened is God had kind of given to me, don't even address it. He said, don't even address it. And he was like, just leave that be. God said, I got that. Don't even worry about it. Just keep it moving. And so soon after, he dropped in my spirit how I can't even go into the details of that, but what I will say is he started giving me instructions on something else to do, which is something on a higher level, which is something where I was moved and instructed to reach out to certain people to ask for meetings, to request meetings with them for business reasons or whatever. And these are people who, I'm going to say, are in high places. I'm going to say these are millionaires and these are billionaires. But over in the whole thing of going back and forth not going back and forth, but God talking to me, what the message that I was overall getting from the whole thing was, don't sweat the small stuff, because I'm taking you higher. So as I said, God told me, don't even worry about that. Don't even address that, because it's small stuff. God was like, I got somewhere else for you that I need you to put your attention on. Now, this thing what came up that I felt needed to be addressed, the truth of the matter is there were some, I don't want to say indiscretions, but as I said, I stated I could do this, that, and the other, and this person kind of put me down for something outside of that parameter. It could have been an accident. It could have very well been an accident. On another situation, this person presented something to me, but it wasn't correct. Something that I had communicated to them, and they presented it to me in a way of asking of a way to resolve the situation. But the way they presented it was incorrect, because it wasn't what I initially said was the issue. Now, in both of these instances, it really wasn't a big deal. I like to be clear, but at the same time, God was letting me know it's not a big deal. Don't sweat it. Focus over here. So what was really happening is this. Sometimes where you are or where God has you, maybe temporarily, you want to be careful of getting caught up or getting, I want to kind of say, too invested in certain things that don't even matter. When you have something over here that's more important that you really do need to be tending to, that's designed to take you higher. So, let me say this as well. Where the place is where God said don't even sweat it. Don't sweat the small stuff. It is something that's important to me, because anything that I do, any work that I do, anything that I involve myself in, is important to me. And it's not that the work itself is not important. What it is just that it was like, don't make a big deal out of that. In fact, when it represents itself, I can address it in a proper manner. But it was more of a thing of, don't reach out to this person to address that. Address it when need be, or when it comes up again, because it's not that serious. It was like, you have other things I need you to focus on. And so some will call this some kind of a form of a distraction. And even though, again, the work in itself is not small work to me, sometimes people, when you're dealing with people, because people have different things going on and different whatever. And when I say that, I'm not saying it necessarily in a negative way, but what I am saying is sometimes the enemy, and it's the enemy, I'm not saying that the person's intention is always this, but the enemy will use that to try to have you distracted or addressing something that really don't matter. It's small stuff. And so God is saying, don't sweat the small stuff, because he's taking you higher. He needs you to be addressing this stuff over here that's going to get you to where you're going. Again, not negating where you're at and the work that you're doing for where you are. Now, I'm going to switch gears a little bit. This also applies in situations and circumstances where you may be somewhere where it's not the most pleasant for you. It may be a relationship or relationships. It may be your workplace. It may be a business situation. It may be anything. It could be where you live, someone you live with. a circumstance in itself. It could be anything. And what God is saying is, don't let where you are or what's going on where you are distract you for where I'm taking you. He's saying, yeah to that. That's small stuff. But look to where I'm taking you and put in the work so you can get to where I'm taking you. Don't pay attention to all that. Now, again, I'm not saying don't do your job. Don't clean your house. Don't take care of yourself and do what you need to do to be whatever, healthy or vibrant, or take care of your financial needs, whatever. But don't get so caught up in where you are that you are not tuning in to where he's taking you. Do not get distracted by the small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff, because really it's small compared to where he's taking you. In fact, that small stuff is kind of designed to catapult you into where you're going. But don't sweat that small stuff. Let that small stuff do what it's supposed to do and put your attention on where God is taking you. So I'm hoping that I'm making sense here. Don't sweat the small stuff, kingdom people. And small stuff is anything that I kind of want to say don't matter. Yes, it is a thing, like I said before. Yeah, I said I couldn't do this, that. But it was just one thing, actually. I gave them a parameter of what I can do, and they kind of slightly slid out of that parameter. However, it really wasn't a big deal. It was something that I actually can do. But that was not what I originally stated. So it's like God gave me, go ahead, it's not a big deal. But just when, it comes time, just let it be known. But it was like not to go out of my way to address it or make an issue out of it, because it's not. It's small stuff. It's kind of like how they say, don't cry over spilled milk. You know what I'm saying? It's small. It's like, even when it's really something that happens, because I know me, things happen in life. And it's like, instead of crying over spilled milk or just getting bent out of shape, I go right into, okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? Okay, where am I going with this? I go right into resolution, my next move, the next steps I need to take. I don't get so caught up in where I am or what has happened or what has transpired that's unpleasant or that has given me the indication that I need to remove myself or move on or whatever it may be. And again, like I just heard what I said, many a times these things help you to keep it moving. And that's one thing that I've learned big time. When you experience what you don't like and don't want, what you don't want and what's not pleasant for you, it's good for you because it helps you to tune into what you actually want. So that's what you can put your attention to, and that's what you can manifest. So you don't want to focus on what you don't want, the small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff. Focus on where you're going. That thing that's not so pleasant actually helped you to know what you don't want. So it's a thing of, even in the situation I said, I stated these parameters and you went outside of them. But what I will say about that, the kind of a situation that it is, these kind of things can happen there. And I'm not saying it can't happen in higher places, but it's more unlikely because of it's just different. I really don't have the words right now to articulate what I'm trying to say, but it's just different. It's kind of like this. When you rent an apartment, it's totally different from having your own home. Yes, there's still rules. Yeah, there are things that you still have to do. Yeah, there are still things. But it's a ownership. Even if you have a mortgage, opposed to renting from someone. It's like this. When you're renting from someone, it's theirs. When it's your home, it's yours. Even if you're paying for it. Yeah, in some way, yeah, it belongs to the bank. But that's a step up from renting something that belongs to somebody else. In a sense of if you have a mortgage and it's a home, you're paying into it for yourself, for it to be yours. In an apartment or even a house that you may be renting, whatever, you're paying into it for it to still continue to be whoever owns it. It's not yours. So I'm saying that to say that even though the situation is important and what I said was not okay, what happened was not, it didn't stay within the parameters of what I said I can do, whether by accident or by on purpose. I don't know. I don't think it was on purpose, though. I'm not getting that. But let me finish this up. I feel like I'm lingering. Moving into a different realm, a higher realm, will eliminate that, is what I'm saying. I hope that's making sense. So that only kind of encourages me to continue to move forward and push forward. And again, when God gave me, let that go, don't sweat that, don't even address that, not even 30 minutes after that is when he started giving me these other instructions and started showing me things on a higher level. And I immediately got why God told me to don't worry about that. But because I let it go, he showed me why. But I had to let it go. I had to let go of the small stuff. I couldn't sweat the small stuff. And then God gave me instructions that take me higher. Okay? So I'm just going to give you a few scriptures that he gave me to go with this. And the first one is Psalm 75, 6-7. And it says, "For promotion comes neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but God is the judge. He pulled that down, and he setteth up another." So, promotion comes from God, number one. And, yeah. Then we have Psalms 1:18-8. And it says, "It's better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man." And so, in that instance, I trusted God. And when he said, let it go, don't even worry about it, don't sweat the small stuff, I let it go. I let it go. I didn't go through extremes to say, let me go address this, and trust that this person is going to get some understanding of what I'm saying. Not that sometimes you do need to address things, kingdom people. Please keep this in its proper perspective. Of course, sometimes you need to address things, but don't sweat the small stuff. Some things don't even need to be addressed. Put your confidence in God and not in man, and God will work it all out. Because as I said, almost not immediately, but not long after I let it go and this with the small stuff, he elevated me. He gave me elevation instructions. Because my confidence was in him and in trusting him to just let it go when he told me to. Okay. Then we have Daniel 2:21. And it says, he changes time and seasons. He removes kings and sets up kings. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to those who have understanding. So God is elevating you. He is the one that elevates. He's the one that sets up kings. He's the one that removes kings. He's the one that gives you the wisdom. He gives wisdom to the wise and gives knowledge to the those who, with understanding. And I'm reminded of how they say in the scripture, I don't have that here right now, but more will be given to those who have, and those who have not, it will be taken from them. So when you have, and what I'm gathering is when you're getting that knowledge and getting understanding of God and his ways and all those things, he's going to give you more. And again, he'll elevate you. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff. You have an understanding of, don't sweat the small stuff. Use your wisdom on, don't sweat the small stuff. He'll make you wiser. He'll elevate you in wisdom and just take you into higher realms. He'll give you knowledge because you already have understanding. You see, he'll elevate you. Then we have Acts 2:33. Being therefore exalted at the right hand of God, and having received from the Father the promise of the Holy Spirit, he has poured out this you yourselves are seeing and hearing. So here I'm emphasizing, the emphasis is on being exalted at the right hand of God and receiving the promise. So when you don't sweat the small stuff and your confidence is in God and you're doing what he's telling you to do, letting it go, not sweating the small stuff, in this case, he's going to exalt you. He's going to exalt you. You're going to receive the promise, whatever he promised you. And then, in my case, what he gave me he showed me something, and then he gave me instructions after I let go of the small stuff. And what's happening is I'll see that promise. And so when you let go of the small stuff, when he tell you to, he'll give you divine instructions. He'll give you a vision, and he'll give you divine instructions on how to carry that out, and you'll receive that promise. But you have to not sweat the small stuff when he tell you, let that go. Don't even. We ain't doing that. You see? Then we have Isaiah 45:2. And it says, I will go before you and make your crooked places straight. I will break down doors of brass in pieces and cut apart the bars of iron. And so, kingdom people, I'm concluding this message by saying God is going before you, making all your crooked places straight. He tearing down brass and cutting apart bars for you, just for you. You know why, kingdom people? Because you ain't sweating the small stuff. God is taking you higher. Okay, kingdom people? Okay. So, kingdom people, I'm going to let that rest right there. If you like this video and or if it resonates with you, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Also, click on that red subscribe button so that you can subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. And if you haven't, kingdom people, what you waiting on? What you waiting on, kingdom people? Click on that bell right next to that red subscribe button so that you can get a notification every time I upload a new video, something like this on Kingdom People. And so, yeah, if you're interested in any of the services that I presently offer, you can find all that information right down below in the description box. And if you are interested in a free copy of my ebook, The Girl in the Mirror by Sheila Brooks is my pen name, you can go ahead and email me at kingdomchurch@gmail.com and just let me know that you would like a free copy of that ebook, and I'll get that information out to you so that you can download the free ebook. And I guess that's it, kingdom people. But I just want to remind you before I go, kingdom people, we are history makers, world changers, dream successors, wealth generators, manifestors, and curse breakers. Kingdom people, we are. Okay, kingdom people? I love you all so very much. I really appreciate you all being here with me. And with that being said, much love, light, and peace, and many blessings to you all. Kingdom people, that is my time. Jesus, girl, she gotta go. She out. Peace.